Hi, I'm Julie Freebern. I'm the choir director at Burton Academy.
I'm Linda Heuckel. I'm the organist and choir director at First Congregational Church in Manchester.
It's a nice pop.
So it was our third annual Christmas program that involved the Congregational Church Choir, the church handbells, and for this particular concert, I invited or asked Julie and her wonderful chorus to a vocal ensemble to join us. So this is, I should say that the church got a new minister 3 years ago, and it was really his idea to do a Christmas program that would kind of appeal and be a lot of fun for everybody to participate in. So we started it, this was our third, and we don't charge admission to the concert. We ask for free will offerings, and then there's a cookie contest that we do downstairs after the concert, and all the proceeds that we raise from that go to a particular organization. The first year it was to the Interfaith Council's Special Needs Fund. The second year it was to the Food Cupboard, and this year it was to the Burton Music Program.
Linda had invited us to participate in this year's community Christmas concert, but if I retrace my steps, it's a long history of collaborating with the church, so it felt like a really natural thing to say yes to, especially because we haven't done anything together since pre-pandemic. Yeah, so it was a wonderful opportunity when Linda reached out to ask if the vocal music ensemble would like to be part of this concert. I started teaching at Burton Academy 21 years ago, and when I moved to the community, the first 5 years I was the children's choir director at the church and led singing and children's handbells. So I've been connected to the church for a long time, and just from that, Linda had invited me on occasion to sing with the chorus or play clarinet for prelude music or recorder for a certain song. And probably over the last 21 years, I'd say about a half a dozen times, Linda's invited our choir to participate in many of her special programs. So here we were again this year in a reunion of a sorts. My favorite aspect of this concert was the intergenerational collaboration that we were able to do between Linda's singers and our high school singers for a variety of reasons. I think it was a win-win situation to merge our talents, and also just beautiful to see the connections between the older singers to the younger singers, lending inspiration in both directions.
Ditto. I go from the other end because I have the older people, but they particularly just were thrilled to have young people joining them. It helps them tremendously, makes them feel young.
They mention the word energy a lot, that it's nice to be around young energy, and I think it's nice for our young energy to notice that these older singers have been singing and making music a part of their life for decades, and not necessarily majoring in it or doing it professionally, but just for the sheer joy of it.
And the other thing I think that's really fun for me is that it's not like, this concert is different. It's very easy. It's meant to, the only thing that we do are really songs, whether they're secular or they're sacred, that people know. And it's to get people in the holiday spirit. We do sing-alongs with the audience when they're there. And so it's not what you would call a formal program. It's just, the object is to have fun. Everybody.
On Sunday, our vocal music ensemble will be back at the church, singing with the Vermont Symphony Orchestra Brass, accompanying them with a professional chorus from Vermont called Counterpoint. It's at 4 o'clock, and tickets are available at vso.org.
For us, our next thing is our Christmas Eve service, which is always packed. It's a candlelight service. The choirs and the handbell choirs participate in that, and it's a real big community event.
And our singers were invited to participate at a 4 o'clock Christmas Eve service at the church, which is more contemporary in nature, and a 7 o'clock candlelight service as well, where they can recycle some of the music they just performed last week with the chorus. In thinking about my history with collaborating with Linda and the First Congregational Church, Linda mentioned something really special at the concert where she spoke to an even longer history between FCC and BBA, and I thought maybe you could just give a little recap about going back 200 years.
So I spoke briefly at the concert. A lot of people don't know that I said 200 years ago, Burr and Burton didn't exist. The church did in a much different form, but so just Burr, who's the Burr of Burr and Burton, on his deathbed he left $10,000 to start what would have been a seminary, a prep school for needy youth. Obviously, that did get built, and the purpose of the school has changed. It's no longer a seminary, and it's a high school. But that same man at the same time gave $5,000 and a parsonage lot to the Congregational Church. And the minister of the church who came after that, he is the one who raised matching funds to get Burr and Burton built. He was on the board of trustees for 50 years, and the Sabbath teacher, what they call a Sunday school teacher, who was at FCC, was one of the first principals of the new seminary. So, you know, the kids here went to church at church services at the church, and they also had graduations there. So it's not the same relationship, but it's a relationship that goes back a long way.
Yeah, I was particularly touched in trying to imagine what that founding father and that contribution of money. Fast forward now to the concert and seeing our kids performing in that space with the congregational chorus. It's pretty cool.
Sometimes you never know what you can't foresee the effect that you will have, and in this case, it's been quite phenomenal.